All you men who stand up men, who go out there and put your elbow into making a woman make sure she's straight and hard working and respectable, chest up, chin out men, and you really on the grind and you really got ambition, man, leave these little pretty girls alone, bro. They don't put their elbow in it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Over there looking at, oh, she bad. Oh, look at her Instagram. Oh, she a 9, she a 10. No, I'll get you a 5 or a 6 who gonna put some elbow into it and gonna be down for you on some 100. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at you like, why he with her? Don't worry about why I'm with her. Cause she gonna do everything you ain't doing. 100%. That's the new wave we should be on, fellas. Like, man, forget all that how you look when you with your arm around her. Nah, she ain't got no substance to her.
The voice you just heard was Paul Pierce, NBA legend, NBA Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, an Inglewood acolyte. Paul Pierce is the Inglewood guy. In fact, when my son played basketball, when he was actually in the Little Leagues, Paul Pierce's name is right there over the gym entrance. Paul Pierce and a few others. But what he said was accurate about get yourself a good 5 or 6 that will actually put their elbow into making you succeed, because I think we've gotten way off why we acquire women. Most billionaires, most of them, at least their first wife is a 5, 6, maybe a 7, depending on how you look at her. They're a 5 or a good 5, a good 6 that can be upgraded sometimes. The thing is, because they need that woman to put her elbow into his lifestyle, into him building his legacy, raising his kids, making sure the household's taken care of problems. Where 8, 9, or 10, she's not gonna do that. She's gonna be pretty because she is not there to do that. And she's got way too many options. And what you need is a good 5, 6, maybe 7 to be down for you. It's very hard to get an 8, 9, or 10 that's down for you. Most of them are narcissists. They really are. It's because they've been told they're pretty ever since they were little girls, and that is the way they think of themselves. Where 5 or 6, no, has to have substance. So what he was saying is correct. You look at Bill Gates, look at Bezos, you look at any one of a number of people. Their women are not the runway models. They're not. The mistresses are. Bill Gates' mistress is, but his wife is not. His wife is there for a different reason. So when Paul Pierce, who knows this, is because he's been doing this for a very long time. Paul Pierce, especially in Inglewood, Paul Pierce has some bad chicks. So he knows. LA has bad chicks. And Inglewood has bad chicks. Trust and believe. Don't ask me how I know. So Paul Pierce knows that if you really want to be successful, you have to get you a good 5 or 6 and have her put her elbow in it. Because the men that do are more wealthy. Every now and then you can get a woman, like say with Magic, that got Cookie, who's probably an 8, that's down for him, that will actually help him. But Magic had his money even before he married Cookie. LeBron James' wife Savannah knew enough to keep her mouth shut. But for the most men, that you get yourself a good 5 or 6 and that'll put her elbow in it. A lot of them dudes, you look at a basketball wives, a lot of them dudes that get themselves a 9 or a 10, which they possibly can, or they wind up getting divorced. And they wind up paying child support and alimony. And they wind up with all that noise and all that drama. That's where basketball wives came through. The Gilbert Arenas and a few others, right? That whose woman or wife went from man to man. That's why Paul Pierce is saying what he's saying. I think we should practice that. Don't worry about that bad chick. Don't worry about that chick that has options that everybody wants. So they're fine. I've said if you get an 8, 9, or 10, okay, it's better to get friend zoned by her, especially if she's a 9 or 10, especially if she's 100 octane that knows people. Get friend zone. And so that she can actually, with her Rolodex, can actually introduce you to people and help you out. And then get you a little 5 or 6 girlfriend or wife on the side that can take care of your family. Women that got to treat women like utilities. Stop treating them like they're these special snowflakes, because they're not. Just like you're not. And when I was dating, if I dated a woman long term, I had to know my why. Why is she with me, and why am I with her? I got to know my why. If I knew my why, then everything else would flow. I could understand everything else if I knew my why. Which a lot of women used to lie about their why. Because once you knew their why, then you'd be 2 steps ahead of them. If you know why the woman is with you and what she wants out of you, you stay 2 steps ahead. You can pull yourself back away from what she wants you to actually believe, which is that fantasy that she's in love and she would die for you and she would kill for you. Bunk. I used to tell my woman, why am I here? Why do you want me? What do you want me here for? You stay there long enough, and sometimes they'll slip in there and tell you. And then that gives you the opportunity to actually decide how you want to show up in that relationship and whether it's worth it to keep that relationship or not. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. The thing is, it allows you to get a return on investment. I always say ROI from the first day. If she can't give you the ROI from the first date, first day, then you probably should reevaluate her. What are you getting out of her? In other words, what kind of return are you going to get? Now, if you play in a long game and she's in a rotation and she's on a farm team and you're willing to take a chance on a long-term investment that's not going to hurt you, go ahead. But I believe in ROI from the first day. If she's your main chick, ROI from day one. She's got to give you something back, whether she makes you feel happy, she makes you laugh, she's entertaining, she's got good sex, whatever that is, right? ROI from the first day. You get a better return on investment, I'm sorry to say, from a 4, 5, or 6 than you do from 8, 9, or 10. Unless you're in that position to take advantage of what an 8, 9, or 10 brings you. And I would say 90% of people are not. I'll probably say 95% of the people are not. My daughter is probably right around the 7, 8-ish range. And her boyfriend is a regular guy. He's a blue-collar guy. He has fits is because he's trying to figure out who's trying to steal his woman from underneath him and cause her angst for the same reason. Trust and believe, her mama was about a 7, 8-ish range, and trust and believe, it was always something. It's never smooth. She doesn't feel that she has to put her elbow into your life, into what your goals are. So the ROI on my baby mama was only my children. I was supposed to pour into her, not vice versa, because she's pretty. A 4, 5, or 6 will put her elbow in it and she will pour into you, and that's what you want. So Bezos and Musk and these kind of people, that's how come their initial whys, not the ones later on, but their initial whys are is no higher than a 6. Melinda Gates is probably about a 4. But the thing is, they need a woman that will actually pour into them and put, like Paul Pierce says, put their elbow in it. ROI for 4 or 5 or 6. The max and players will tell you 100%. Now, there's the trade-off. You're not going to get the looks. You're not going to get the stares. You're not going to get the envy. She's not going to be a trophy because she's not a trophy. Like a friend of mine said, there's 2 types of women. There's a work dog and there's a show dog. 7 and ups are probably more like show dogs. 4, 5, and 6 are work dogs. Which one do you want? If you got the cash and you don't care about her showing up and actually putting her elbow in it, get you a show dog. Get you a trophy. Show her off. But if you're trying to get shit done, like I said, get you a woman, get you a good 5 or 6, put her elbow in it. Get you a work dog. Anyhow, that's all I got for this one. BGSI, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.